What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Prime Van Persie. I don't think we've actually used any version of him. He has obviously got an 87, an 89 and now a 91, and I think we are going to be able to go through all of them. His Prime is actually coming in at just over 1,000,000 coins, which really isn't that bad, and to be fair to him, his base is 500 and his mid is 314, so that is kind of telling me what I need to know. Obviously his base has got the most pace, but obviously his Prime has got the most shooting, and I think the same dribbling as his base. He is a 4-star, obviously left-footed with the high-low work rates, and he is 6'2", so an interesting height and build in terms of what we can imagine from him outside of the foot trait, as well as flair, which is always perfect. And then we have the stats. So pace-wise, looking decent, like 86, 85. You whack a hunter on that, you've got 96, 95. Pretty solid. Obviously, it's a bit of a waste because we already have very, very good finishing stats on him. So really, you don't particularly want to, and that is kind of where it's going to be. And I think the way around it is not necessarily getting the +10, but getting the +5 instead and getting the engine. So you'd end up with 90 pace, 95 dribbling, and 93 passing, turning him into almost a centre forward cam rather than necessarily a striker, but he already has the ability of a striker. The only kind of thing that's really showing a red flag with me is 68 balance really isn't incredible at all. I'm hoping animation wise should feel a lot better, but we've seen Henry. I think it's one thing that really affected him for a long time, to be honest. His balance just really wasn't there, so I'm expecting very similar things from him. But we have got a decent amount of passing. His shooting is already pretty top class, so I can imagine if you do get the shot on, he's going to be able to score it, as well as being a left foot, very nice indeed, and he's got really good reactions, ball control, dribbling, composure. So I'm interested. For 1,000,000 coins, should you get RVP? Let's jump in and see what we can do. Going for the 1-2. Van Persie's going to try and run. It definitely doesn't feel at all quick, which is very interesting. Gets the pass across into Figo. Van Persie looking for the 1-2 from Cruyff. We're going to look on the far side for Ronaldinho. Saka with a solid challenge. Cruyff going to find Ronaldinho again. Big ball into Van Persie, and he is never missing them. Soon as you get that volley off, you know Van Persie's going to absolutely nail it. And I think that is it. He is very similar to a lot of the strikers we've got. Doesn't necessarily have that all amount of pace, but in terms of shooting ability, you just don't ask for much better. RVP getting the ball back, he's running it through. We've got Figo with RVP just chilling, goes for his finesse. It's a solid save from Van der Sar, nothing too spectacular there. RVP gonna look for that turn, keeps the ball very nicely. It's a good ball as well, if he's not offside, most definitely. Finds it into him, first time shot. Asking for a bit much. I was hoping he might have been able to get a little bit more power on it, but unfortunately it kind of just shin rolls off him almost. Gonna look for it here though. That's gonna be a goal. Very, very unlucky. Cruyff is luckily going to bag it up there, but RVP with some beautiful play there, and that's kind of a little bit extra you'll find. He's not necessarily going to do it every time, but sometimes you can find a little bit of magic with some of these players, and naturally that is just naturally what they're all about. They have got some good stats. Yes, they may not be the top of the top, your Eusebios, your Cruyffs, but they still have that amount of kind of level of play for him. RVP gets a lovely turn. Cruyff is going to be chilling on his own. Going to go for a little pass instead. Cruyff's going to find Dino, and that is a beautiful bit of play. RVP starts it off with a wonderful turn. Then we've got Cruyff in the middle who's just waiting for that ball to be pinged to him. And then Ronaldinho is Ronaldinho. We know how much we love him. And again, we find him here. Going to go for that long-range finesse. We saw the goalkeeper chilling out a little bit. Thought we might be able to get him off his line. Van Persie looking for the ball through. Oh, he nearly takes it. He's so, so close to having that ball. We're going to find him back here again. Goes for that left foot, and that's it. That is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a beauty of a left foot, and as soon as you find that sweet spot, even without the finesse trait, you know that he can absolutely cause mayhem with his left foot. Little 1-2 with Cruyff waiting for the moment. Can we get the first touch? Herrera's going to take it, which definitely is no surprise, but sometimes you've got to try it with him. Van Persie. Oh, so close. So then going into Mr. RVP. In terms of kind of what I was expecting, I thought maybe a little bit of a lackluster striker, somebody who can score but not necessarily have the whole package. And to be fair to him, to start with, took a bit of time to get used to. Definitely learning the body type, learning where he moves, how he moves, and once he kind of clicked, he wasn't that bad. Passing wise was decent. I felt that had a real nice kind of kick to it. Shooting was phenomenal, as we already knew. The shooting was always going to be brilliant. That left foot has got an absolute sweet spot, which I think everybody could imagined. Pace wise, you could definitely see the lack of a little bit. It definitely took him a little bit to get going. With the engine, obviously gets 90, but I think the body type as well as kind of how tall he is already, a little bit time to kind of get used to. I'm trying to find where the body type actually is on this. I think origin, no, we got weight doesn't even give me anything, so I don't think we even get the full body type here. But in terms of kind of what I was expecting, I feel like I say a little bit slower than the rest of the strikers we've got, especially on 91, and I thought already 1 million coins, that normally isn't a great sign, because like we've seen with Eusebio, Cruyff, R9, they've all kept their price relatively high, and now we're starting to see the kind of less demanded icons kind of hit a little bit of more of a low. So it is quite interesting, and I think the biggest thing this year is a lot of people have Mbappe. A lot of people have top tier strikers, or at least strikers that will get you by until team of the year, until team of the season, or the next best thing. You don't necessarily need to go out and purchase a icon who's not necessarily the top tier, but kind of one under. Your Drogbas, your Torreses, your even Puskás, I think is coming in, I think a bit cheaper. I think he's about 1.2 at his mid. So you're not needing that because you've got an Mbappe. We personally have an Adidas Felix. You have the Aubameyang SBC. There's so many strikers out there that I think spending 1 million coins just isn't the thing anymore. You're looking for the R9s, the Eusebios, and I think people will be starting to necessarily not even just save for it, but eventually kind of grind towards it. So overall for me, I think he's coming in. He's a decent striker. I feel like he's missing a couple of key variables. Obviously the 4-star is nice. Left footing's good. Work rates are good. Pace wise could definitely do with some work. Hopefully we see a decent upgrade in his moments, but normally it is only a 92, 93 at a best. So I can't see a massive improvement there unless they literally just go out all for the moments on this one. Shooting is fantastic. Passing is good enough, most definitely. Dribbling for a 6'2" player definitely has a little bit of feet, can get round players, but not necessarily the most skillful player on the pitch. And heading wise, I can imagine that's going to be semi-decent, being 6'2" with a bit of accuracy on him. So overall for me, I'm going to give him a solid 8.8. I feel like his moments has definitely got to impress me to go more. We will be trying his base and his mid out very soon, so stay tuned for all of that. Make sure you do like and subscribe on this, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.